As the sun rains record highs, Nashvillians congregate on 12th Avenue South looking for the best way to cool off. While across town, local attorney Sam Felker is in search of the best way to break a sweat. Apparently, the laps he swam this morning weren't enough for him. He's hoping all this sweating will pay off in next week's World Gay Games. But he's not the only world-class athlete in his household. Hubby and pharmaceutical rep Keith Little isn't bothered by a little hot weather. Or at least he won't let it keep him from having his best shot at winning yet another gold medal in the javelin throw. Sam's no stranger to gaudy necklaces either, after winning bronze at last year's World Out Games. Winning comes easy for Sam and Keith, who were both standout athletes in high school.
I played football in high school and was captain of my football team. I've never made this correlation, but that makes two of us both being captains of our high school football team.
Keith went on to play college baseball and is particularly talented at picking up new sports effortlessly.
I was competing in Amsterdam in 1998 in the sprints, and I ended up pulling my hamstring in the semifinals of the 100 meters, shortened my first gay games. So I watched the field events and saw the javelin competition. I thought, I can do that.
He was right.
That felt great, except for the tip.
When he got back to Nashville, he enlisted the help of a throwing coach, and by the next gay games, he was the best in the field, with the hardware to prove it. This year, while Sam swims, bikes, and runs his way to the finish line in the triathlon, Keith will be competing for his fourth gold in the javelin throw. Both men are focused on the games ahead of them in Cologne, Germany, but aren't afraid to talk about the attacks they witnessed at last year's event.
They were starting a relay, and just before the gun sounded, there was an explosion on the track right in front of one of the runners who was down in his stance.
Fortunately, there was no shrapnel. Unfortunately, the terrorists weren't done.
They decided to go ahead and continue the competition. A second device went off, which was really disturbing. Then they actually caught the person.
Sam and Keith were witnesses and the first to snap a picture of the apprehension.
We were leaving the stadium. We saw a police car go down a side street. We ran down there and saw the entire arrest. But the friend from Paris who caught him was a real trackster, and so he saw this person, two people actually, running from the scene with a bag in their hand. So he chased them down. One of them got away. He caught the other one, and the person who he caught, he said to him, "You know, you were such a coward for doing that." And the policeman standing there, and the person made a slur about gays. And the policeman said, "That's great. You just confessed in front of me, so now we know this is a hate crime."
These cowardly attacks wouldn't keep the couple out of play for too long. The next day they returned and went on to medal in every event that they attempted. As far as future attacks go, neither of the men are concerned, and Keith believes last year's incident was an outliner and is looking forward to this year's games for a number of reasons.
It's just a chance to really be who you are and be around a lot of friends that you've made through the years from around the world.
And what's Sam looking forward to this year in Germany?
I'd say the beer, because my competition is the triathlon is the first event. I compete and I have a whole week to enjoy the German beer.
Well, he's not lying, Derek.
Yeah, that'll be great. Once the race is over, have fun.
From Nashville, I'm Derek Moore, Total Sports News.